Ashe. Well, wouldn't you know it? Uh, I've been doing this for almost 30 years now, and I just, I have never, I have never failed to be amazed when things happen. So this is where I'm currently at. A lot of spiritual work happens here, from mediumship to full-on ritual possession. Aloha. Here we have the court of the Indios. I was doing a lot of work with last night. Last night they began to talk about what was happening in the Congo in regards to Ebola. And fuck if they're not just always right on. So let me pulling information from them. What we have right now is we have a full-on outbreak in the Congo in Africa of a weaponized Ebola. This Ebola is being prepped. They want to begin to introduce it here to the United States. I believe what I'm being told is that there will be a potential outbreak of a weaponized Ebola that will run through the United States around election time to distract away from a great deal of election fraud that the DNC is going to pull. Now, will it be an extinction level event? No. But it will cause problems. The media will hype it up far worse than it actually will be, but it will still actually be bad. And in the midst of this, a great deal of criminality will be hidden behind this Ebola virus. And politically, we have a good chance of just getting absolutely fucked, because you do not want a group of people who are willing to bring Ebola, a weaponized Ebola virus, to the United States to commit voter fraud, to steal an election, to actually run a country. I don't know why this is difficult for people to understand. I don't understand why people don't get that if extremely evil people who commit extremely evil acts, who are willing to do extremely evil things, get into a position of power, they're going to do basically, you know, tragedies will become catastrophes. And that's what we're looking at. Is Trump perfect? No. That's so banal and so stupid to even have to explain to someone. I feel dumber even telling someone that Trump's not perfect, because he's human. Because everyone is a human, all right? Because humans do things and make mistakes. But is he the one fucking little boys? Nope. Is he the one fucking dead hookers? Nope. Is he the one where, oh, I don't know, now a third black prostitute is found dead in his house? Nope. What was that guy? Something Buck? Tied to all the DNC? How is it that 3 black gay prostitutes have been found dead in his house now and nothing is going on? It just, is it willful ignorance? What is it? Because I honestly can't imagine the most Black Lives Matter movement who doesn't care that 3 dead black, presumably gay, prostitutes have been found dead of drug overdoses in a political figure's house. Is that just odd? To me it is, but whatever. So these are the people who are seeking to bring Ebola to this country. Great. Exciting, isn't it? Also, I believe in the Congo, from what I'm being told right now, that there are hit squads. I think they're going to be blamed on rebels, and I think that they're going to be, well, I'm being told that they're going to be called Congo, maybe guerrillas or Congo freedom fighters or something. But no, these are paramilitary organizations running a cleanup in the Congo, killing those who have been infected, those who are whistleblowers. There's a lot of death going on in the Congo right now. And it is to keep facts about this weaponized Ebola locked down that they are going to attempt to bring over to the United States to cause major smoke screens so that voter corruption can actually happen. I also get the feeling that they may ramp this up a little bit with the Epstein issue. The Indios are telling me that, and I've looked at maps of Little John and areas where he lives. They keep pointing to a little place called Dog Island, which is right next to Little John, and they tell me that that is actually where the most sinister of the acts actually happen, and that there are subs now, private-owned subs, not yachts, not boats, not even planes, but private-owned subs that bring children in, and that there is a form of blood sport, potentially even sort of, well, not sort of, there is human hunting on Dog Island. In fact, Dog Island may or may not take its name from the human hunting sport hunting of humans that happens on Dog Island, that Epstein and his cadre of extremely financially well-to-do child murdering psychopaths get up to. Because that's what you do. If you are a child murdering psychopath who has the political and financial backing, well, you go do psychopathic things involving the murder of children. It makes sense. It's not a hard sell. I think back to about 2009, 2008, when I started talking about this, and just being called a nutcase and a loon, and how fucking crazy I am, and that there's no way that anyone would ever actually do this, and that 9/11 wasn't an inside job, and there was no Illuminati, and man, have times changed. In fact, it would be really interesting to do some sort of poll on who's been right. It's not overly important to me, but let's see. Gulf of Tonkin, false flag. 9/11 is absolutely more and more. I think people are finally waking up to it. False flag or inside job. Let's be careful with the terms. That's an inside job. JFK. Yeah, they released the white papers on that. It's on .gov. You can read about it. CIA assassination. Let's see what else. Oh, global child pedophile rings. Real. Illuminati. Real. Global government. Real. God. So, if... crazy like a fox, maybe. Hard to be a nutcase. Hard to be insane when everything you've talked about turns out to be right. In fact, one might suggest it's the deniers. It's those people calling me crazy, calling others who have studied this, read the DARPA white papers, talked to ex-CIA, maybe involved in intelligence gathering information agencies currently, who those people who look truth square in the face and deny it, those people are crazy. We're not talking about just people who want money. We're not talking about people who just want a little bit of power here and there politically. We're not talking about, a Nixon and potentially even a Trump. These people, they like money. They want power. They want power for power's sake. There's nothing more temporal for them than just political power. That's fine. But then we're talking about a group of people who see transhumanism, who see interdimensionality, who know about off-world contact. These are people who want power not for money, but for the sake of keeping control and keeping a populace under their thumb, so that when certain events happen, that they're never held accountable for their actions, and they will do worse and worse and worse and worse things. Because you still have this group who deny and try and rip down and destroy those people brave enough to look evil in the face and want to do something about it. These people will be forgotten. They don't do anything now. History will brush them into a dustpan, and the world will be better without mention of their names. But it is people like you, like myself, like others who are willing to stand up and say, fuck the global pedophile network. Fuck everyone who supports them, and awful things to awful people. Bad things need to happen to bad people. And part of my spirituality path is making that happen. And here I am sitting in front of the spirits of those who have tasted genocide, who have tasted betrayal, who have tasted slavery, who have tasted rape, have tasted watching their children pulled away and given Christian names, people whose histories have been erased, people whose customs have been demonized. And I am asking them, for the sake of us all, I am asking the Indio Spirits to help us, to show mercy to us, so that what happened to them doesn't need to be anymore, because they've been there. They took the sacrifice. They experienced it. It's not like they willingly took it, but it happened. And I can't change that. But if they're warning me that, hey, white man, your children are being taken by the same people, by the same families that took our children, I'm going to fucking listen. I'm not going to deny them. And if your spiritual path doesn't allow you to hear their warnings, then there's something deeply fucking wrong with you. There is something deeply broken up, and I question everything about you, because there is no way that if you sit in front of a court, an entire commission of human dead who have fallen and seen the eradication of their societies and their customs, if they do not tell you about it, you don't have the ears to listen, you do not have the mouth to answer, and you do not have the heart and the hands to act. And I feel sorry for you. You lack the you lack the spine and the balls to be an effective, productive force in this planet. Sorry, and not my fault. That's something that you need to look into you and find the answer for. You're not worth my time at present, and in truth, you're probably not worth my time in future. But in the name of Papa Bon Dios, I pray for you. Just know this: you continue lying about me, shit's gonna happen. And in a lot of ways, it already has. There's a lot of people who have thought that I've done stuff against them. No, I've done nothing. Absolutely nothing. But I'm part of a religion, I'm part of a spirituality, where I ask my spirits every day to shut up my enemies and to make their lives difficult, those who try to harm me. Well, guess what? My path's working. Why isn't yours? We got to really take care of this Ebola thing, guys. This is going to be a big deal. People are dying. People are being infected. People are being hurt. Whole groups. I'm not even sitting in front of the Congos right now, but I can already hear them yelling and screaming. They need help. We need to admit that this is happening. We need to study. We need to take screenshots. We need to make sure that in 6-7 months, the articles that I was reading aren't missing like they have before. I take screenshots now of everything. Everything. Because I know in a couple months, those web pages are going to be gone. Those stories are going to be gone. I visit, the CDC and the World Health Organization websites on an almost daily basis. And I take screenshots of things. And I've looked back and found that a lot of those things have been changed or removed later. So there is open deception. And this disease, this weaponized Ebola, is being targeted here. Just as these amazing, beautiful, powerful Indio people had diseases used against them, smallpox, cholera, sexually transmitted diseases, even had the agent of alcohol to increase and to make alcoholism a thing on their tribes and reservations. In the same way that meth, in the same way that all sorts of illicit drugs are being driven into their reservations now to keep them a third world people. That is a disease. These people have fallen at the hands of weaponized diseases, of the body and of the mind, and I guarantee you of the spirit as well. So they know. And they are, through the grace of God, telling me now, this is what's going to happen to your people. We have every right to hate you, but we don't. We have every right to want to watch your people burn. But their spirits, in their infinite and amazing capacity to forgive and to love, have said, no, we're going to help. So I am giving out their warning right now. For all of you in the West Coast area, look for Ebola to become a presence. It is going to spread, from what the Indios are telling me and from what they've told me before, and that is being validated through actual events. It is going to spread up through Mexico, and it came in hard, and I have all the blogs that I've written about this, how that there were weaponized diseases implanted, infected into people who were pushed and rushed up through the border, which will now be intermingling with diseases that are coming in, and they are designed to piggyback and to mutate and cause even more virulent and dangerous strains. Look for that to happen all over Los Angeles. Look for that to happen all over the western seaboard going up into Oregon. But oddly, not into Big Sur, because, I don't know, you've got people there who have incomes of $500,000 to $600,000 a year. It's not going to be their problem. It's going to be everyone else underneath them. And it's going to cause irreparable political and societal damage if this thing goes as hard and heavy as they would like it. Watch the news. See if I'm right. Check the things that I've said. If I had the opportunity, if I had the ability, I would do this every single day. I would sit in front of my spirits every single day and give every single mediumship message they give me. I just don't got the money or the time, my friends. But I will do it when I can. And here the Indios are saying that Ebola will be used as a distractionary measure to increase further draconian laws. Other medical tyrannies will be used in a way of tracking you, in a way of forcing blood tests, blood taking at checkpoints, all sorts of things in the name of tracking this weaponized disease that really has nothing to do with it. It has mostly everything to do with demonizing, criminalizing, and vilifying the human condition, and making it essentially illegal to live because disease traveling among humans is going to be made quite the problem. The media will hype it up, and of course, you being a living human being is going to be a problem for them, as it already is, because you have the ability to fight back, and so they are going to make you illegal because you carry and spread disease. That is going to be the ultimate. If we do nothing, that is what's going to happen. However, for right now, it's a distractionary purpose. Distraction to lead to election fraud, and also, I believe, to help distract away from the Epstein issue. Man, I got to filter better, because they give me so much information about Ebola, about Epstein, about all the things going on, that I really need to just sit in front of each one of them and say, okay, look, like, let's talk about Epstein right now. Okay, wait, look, let's talk about Ebola right now. So I'm getting a lot of different messages, because they are very concerned that our children are being taken and sold in the same way that their children were taken and sold. And they're also very concerned about the genocide through disease, much in the same way that we are ramping up to experience a lot of genocides through disease. War is a problem because it destroys infrastructure. They got to rebuild, you know, bombs, fire, napalm, whatever, what have you. Disease is easy. You just burn the bodies. The infrastructure stays behind. That's the expensive part. So, all right. That's the message of the Indios for today. They're very loud. They very much want me to get that information out. Look for Ebola. Watch it spread. Pay very close attention to it. It's happening right now. Right now. I think the last I checked, the health minister over in the Congo resigned. So we're talking about big things, not little things. These are big things. Global consequences right now. And I'm not sure how much the actual mainstream media is talking about them, because, you know, they don't want you to know. They would rather have you mired down with stupid shit, with issues and controlled opposition, where you can argue about whatever you want as long as what they want you to argue about. This Ebola thing is going to be big, because it touches on genocide and it touches on a global pedophile network, and they are connected. And Ebola is going to be a blanket to try to cover up both. So, be healthy, be strong, look up what I'm talking about, verify what I'm talking about so you know I'm right, and then maybe some way we can help each other out. All right, I'm tuning out.